talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's get right into the topic. I'm sick and tired of management. You can agree that we are sick and tired of management. We're sick of the management all the way from the top, all the way down to the bottom. I'm sick of management. We can agree that 90% of management needs to go. So what do we do after they're gone? Do we self-operate? I don't know if we want that responsibility, but we do agree that in management, there's a bunch of gaslighting, narcissistic, egotistical people that could never even carry your satchels, couldn't do what you do. You could run circles around 90% of your management, right? We all believe that. I believe that. There's a lot of bad apples up there, straight up to the top. We can't bring nobody in from the outside, though. It don't make no goddamn sense to bring people in from the outside to do our jobs, to do the management. I know there's a couple people at the plant that I work at that they just hired from the outside to do plant work as far as managerial skills. And it's kind of hard to have somebody come from the outside and be a manager if they've never carried mail, if they've never sorted mail, if they've never been a mail handler. It's disgusting to think that somebody from the outside should come in and get that $85,000 a year, $95,000 a year, and they can't do what you do. But at the end of the day, we can't stand management. I know we can't stand management. None of us can stand management. You know what? We were talking about them damn EVs the other day. We were saying those EVs needed to have mail carriers out there helping them when they were doing and coming up with the plan. Who's the idiot that put this in place? It was that dude that came from the outside, Mr. DeJoy, and his little groupies that are with him. All those people that sit up there with him on top. All of his assistants. Who the hell are they? Those were postal workers before as well. So I'm not sure. We should definitely not have him come from the outside because he's an outsider. But the people that are all advising him were all postal workers, and they're probably just trash too. So we all still agree that all managerial, all the supervisors, all these people that are in human resources, they don't know what the hell they doing. They take too long to get your FMLA cases together. And you know, it just boggles my. Here's some facts for you. Here's some facts for you because Jay gonna drop some facts for you real quick. All right, this is gonna keep you going. Jay gonna drop some facts for you real quick. I realized that I'm working a human resource hallway, and in human resource hallway, there's about 10 people that work down the hallway, up and down the hallway. And then I was like, let me find out what this person did before. And they were like, I used to carry mail. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I ain't trying to debate nobody. I used to carry mail. Oh, okay. I was a clerk. I used to carry mail. And I said, all of y'all used to carry mail. They was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. And then as I was talking to a couple of people that were at the stations, there was a supervisor at the stations, and you guys can ask your supervisors at your stations, hey, what'd you do before this? Where you came from the outside? And they're gonna say, no, I used to carry mail. And I'm like, oh, okay. I used to carry mail. Like, all right, cool. And then you ask, maybe the manager of your station as well. You can ask them what they did. And they'll say, I used to carry mail, because it wouldn't make no sense to have a postmaster that never carried mail, right? Wouldn't make no sense because they're trying to be the logistics behind your operation if they never carried mail. And we sit here and we talk all that smack about, the supervisors and the managers and the postmasters, they're trash. And you look back and they all carried mail. So what does that tell you? If all of management, if all the supervisors, if all the people in human resources were all craft employees at one time, they were you. Damn, Jay, you suckered us in. No, I ain't sucking nobody in. What I'm saying is that they got a career fair coming up soon. And all of y'all sit there and say, yeah, nah, that ain't for me. Well, it's for somebody that was in craft that's gonna end up going up there, that's gonna end up being that bad manager that you can't stand. Step up and go do something about it, is what Jay is talking about. Because at the end of the day, I realized, just from my interactions, from the stations that I interact, and I just scroll over a couple people's names. Some of you guys know what happens when you scroll over a couple people's names. You'll be nosy, say, I wonder what this person used to do before they became station manager, before they became supervisor of the station or whatever it is. The ones at the station, 99% of them were carriers. 99% of them were carriers. Think about that. And we even got some of the carriers in human resources. And we even got some of the carriers that work at the plant now that never handled mail, but they're working at the plant. And we have mail handlers that are supervisors and managers of distribution. And we got clerks that are managers of distribution and supervisors of distribution. I think we should get rid of all of them and just bring people from the outside because they probably know better, right? That sounds stupid. Y'all know it sounds stupid. So tell me what the resolution to the problem is. We sit here and we talk all this smack about managers being horrible, bad managers. I talk about it. We talk about it all the time. Who are the managers? Who are the supervisors? You all could say they are failed employees that could never carry mail. All over this country, you know how many managers there are? You know how many postmasters there are? And all of them couldn't carry mail? All of them were horrible at their craft? Every single one of them? I hope that I roped you in to give you a different perspective. That this place, all the way from the top, right up underneath the joy, right down to you, is run by craft employees. And when you think about people coming in from the outside to come do our work, it bothers you. Because it would bother me. Somebody came in from the outside that never managed our type of work and then came in and became a supervisor of transportation. I'm not even talking about a carrier. I'm just talking about from off the streets at the place that we work. Came in and started making 85 grand a year. They don't know what we do. It would bother me. Even if it is even worse if they couldn't even start a truck. It's even worse for you if my aunt that used to work as a manager at TJ Maxx came into your station and became manager at your station, making 90 grand. You'd be like, what the So what's the answer? What's the resolution? Because this is an open platform to talk. It's an open platform to combat each other all we want, but what's the resolution? Every time I tell people, step up, get into management. Who do you think are your shop stewards? They're craft employees. Run for president. Nah, I'm good. Everybody says they're good. So do we like the environment that we're in and we just want to complain? Or we just don't know no better? Or it's never been put to you in that perspective that the people all the way from the top, all the way down to your supervisors were craft employees. And 90% of them were carriers. So when you all say that managers are horrible and they suck, they were carriers at one point. All of them were failed carriers, as you think? You really think they're all failed carriers? Every supervisor and manager was a failed carrier, postmaster, MPO, district manager. All of them were failed carriers in your opinions? They don't deserve the money they get? That's your opinion. I'm not gonna agree or disagree, but I know that this organization that you guys say is going to the shits is run by 90% carriers. 90%. You ain't gotta believe me. Look for yourself. Go to your stations. If you work at stations, ask. And even at the plants, same thing. Same thing. I guarantee you, at every single plant nationwide, there's carriers there were former carriers that are there that are, if they're in management, at one point, they probably carried mail. If you ask 10 people, 4 out of those 10 more than likely carried mail. What does that say? I'm not knocking the carriers, but for the carriers to be the huge craft, to say that this place is running to shit, who's running it to shit? Carriers that were failed carriers, of course. Or you, as the current carrier that thinks you know better, should step up. Help create the change you want to see. I told a couple people that a couple years ago, be the change you want to see. And a few of the people that I know have stepped up. But what about the rest of you? It's time. It's time. Contract negotiations are coming. Well, not for the NALC. We don't even know what's going on with that. But for the rest of the crafts, y'all need to step up. I just wanted to babble for a little bit, give you some food for thought. Y'all feel free to agree to disagree. This is JH, food for thought.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.